Hello friends, welcome to a new episode of Fckery. It's been a while. Fckery is hard for me to film, just like the editing. They're all over the place. It's like the span of a week. Excuses. But alas, here we are. It's my birthday weekend. I'm sitting in the car because I just got home from work. It's Friday. And if I go inside, I have to do things. So I'm just having a little decompress in the car. I got Quiznos. Quiznos is better than Subway. We are going to be doing a solar dyeing experiment this Fckery. As I mentioned, it's my birthday weekend, August 19th. August 19th is also a very cool full moon. The astrology girlies were in my DMs. We were chatting about the significance of this particular moon, and I think it would be really cool to do a solar dyeing project. I've wanted to do one for a while now. It's summer. We might as well use the heat and leave it overnight out to soak up the full moon. I think that's what we're doing today. You might be asking, Jordan, what the fuck is solar dyeing? So when you dye yarn, wool specifically, with acid dyes, which we often do here, you're using the dye powder. You're using acid, so a vinegar, citric acid, and you're using heat. The stovetop normally is what I use, but we're going to substitute the heat source for the sunlight, as well as time. If you don't want to use heat, you can technically just process your yarns with time. It takes a while, and you're supposed to like steam set it afterwards anyways, but I don't know why I said steam set. We're gonna be doing some solar dyeing. We are gonna go thrifting and check out the yarn selection, see what they got, and I need to eat something because I have no thoughts, empty head. I'll get back to you. We're gonna go do a little thrift run. I found this cute Jackass Collective signature green mohair top, but the fit wasn't my favorite. The neckline was a little bit stretched out, and I could make this, and I think I will make something like this. Just very cute, like a chunkier mohair. I thought it was cute, but not it. Okay, the mission wasn't necessarily successful, but I'll show you what I got anyways. A very cutie little towel with sunflowers on it, $2, love. My roommate's moving out, so I need to get some more linens. Ooh, I can't show you this. This is a gift for someone special. It's Leo season. I got 2 pillowcases. I have this vintage bedspread from IKEA, like a duvet cover, so 2 matching pillowcases. Slay, yellow theme. And then I found some cute yarn, not to dye, unfortunately. Well, I guess I could dye this technically. This is again a discontinued Patons yarn. Patons 4-ply purple heather. This is like a baby pink color. 100% wool, 50 grams. Let's see. Yeah, it's cute. I got 3 of these. These will go into the moth proofing section of the trunk. For context, I guess, welcome to the back of my car. There's a black bin here, and I use this as like a quarantine for my yarns. Basically, I'm baking anything to death. If there's any eggs, if there's any living creatures hiding deep in the depths, it basically bakes to death in my hot car. In the winter, I use this as just like a quarantine. I kind of keep an eye on things, and then they go in and out of the freezer a couple times just to, again, kill anything that could be living there. And then I got this Loops and Threads wool to wash. This is only available in the US because Michael's in Canada. Loops and Threads is the Michael's like in-house yarn brand. Michael's Canada sucks ass compared to Michael's US, and this is only available in the US. There was a bunch of these, but it's gray. I've dyed this before, actually, a white skein of this, and it was lovely to dye. This is a superwash wool. So I was like, it's gray, we'll do something moody with it. I don't know, it's fine. I'm probably gonna put like purples and blues over it, so it's fine that it's not white. But yeah, that's the haul. I'm sweaty and I have to go drop some packages off. Some of your orders, oh, I'm gonna have to blur that address, whoops. Some of your packages are going out, so let's go do that. I'm sweaty. I'm having some horizontal time. The washing machine is on in the background. The washing machine is always running. I swear, there's always dirty laundry. Horizontal time. I went to two different thrift stores the span of the last couple days and didn't find exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for some white yarn, obviously, but we found that pink stuff, and that'll be really cool to over dye, and that gray skein will be a fun experiment. I also, somewhere in my stash is a white ball of cotton, and now that I have those now that I have those cotton dyes, I can skein up that and we could dye that as well. And I have a pair of socks that a friend gifted me. They're actually right here. A friend gifted me these wool socks. She said, my feet are always hot, and I said, my feet are always cold. So she gave me the wool socks, and I'm gonna dye them. I think it'd be cool to have my socks absorb the moon and the energy. I'm gonna talk more about the moon later, after I do some like more in-depth research and I feel comfortable yapping about it. But I guess I'll see you guys when I prep to dye. Made my bed all cute, got these new pillowcases washed up, and now it matches my duvet cover. I truly did plan on, I'm cat sitting. Can you hear Hella? Nice purring, thank you. I'm cat sitting. I truly had the intentions of doing a big in-depth research deep dive into more about this moon, more about astrology, but a bitch is burnt out, okay? I'm tired. And astrology, there's so much. It's a lot. That's all I have to say. I'm sorry if you were like, oh, I'm gonna learn something. No, I have nothing to teach about the moon, unfortunately. Anyways, that was anticlimactic. Next morning, this is August 20th. I am venturing out into the cold, crisp, damp morning. The sunflowers looking lush. And I just wanted to check these out before I rinse them. I had to go to work that day, so I was just peeping in on them before I ran off to work. But this, there was a lot of flies in here. If I did this again, I would put saran wrap on. This is a purple dye, so I'm not surprised there's some pink left over in the pan, but this green really surprised me. It's totally clear. These were also freezing cold, by the way. There was absolutely no green dye left. I was very thrilled with this. Also, a lot of bugs. Saran wrap that next time, maybe. Yeah, I was really excited with how these turned out. The bulkier one, I feel like more of the dye struck to that bulkier Michael's loops and threads skein, and then our little cotton skein. This was an experiment. I'm still figuring out cotton. We are finally back for the conclusion. It's been a disgusting week, like weather-wise. So much rain. The humidity has been, stop! I hate when it's hot out and it's humid out. That's only acceptable like when I'm on a tropical vacation. My hair is like throwing off the white balance a little. I look like I'm glowing. Okay. So let's do a conclusion clip. I'm so tired. The ADHD the last couple days has just been on some bullshit, okay? I cannot form one thought without 6 new thoughts starting. That's how ADHD works. Got it. Let's look at some yarn. This is the sock yarn, the Patton's 4-ply sock yarn, and Purple Pop is the dye that we used with a little bit of jacquard purple, I think. I wanted to go for like a moodier color. This, like, Purple Pop is notorious for breaking, and we've talked about breaking, I think, here, maybe it was on Instagram, but breaking is when a non-primary color, in this case, purple is a mix of red and blue. It's when those two colors break apart, like the pigment molecules, that's 2 signs for me. The red and the blue separate, and they kind of strike the yarn in different ways. So you can see a clear separation of pink and blue. No, red and blue. With Purple Pop, you see a pink and purple shift. In my experience, what I've dyed before. This time, it's a very subtle, even the clips that I filmed earlier of the yarn, like close-ups, you can't even really tell. This is like a very, very neat color. I don't know how really to describe it. My brain is like mushy, okay? Next is this wool to wash, the loops and threads, this single ply. This turned out, I think most of the dye struck in this skein because this was gray when we started. This was fully gray. And this, in comparison, to this is more saturated. So I think the dye kind of struck to this more, which would make sense because this is a superwash. This is just a regular wool. Superwash, the process of superwashing, I don't understand why, but superwash yarn takes dye better, quicker, more vivid compared to a non-superwash wool. If you know why, yap about it in the comments. I should look into that, but this is cool. There is some little like resist spots from where I tied the ties a little bit too tight, but that's fine. I'm actually really impressed how evenly the color is on these. Like these are some beautiful tonal yarns, not to toot my own horn, but these turned out really pretty. Let's get into the greens. I packed the greens away already. It's green mohair. I know what it looks like. This mohair turned out really interesting, and I think kind of the same thing happened here with the socks. Okay, guess my favorite color. The same thing here happened with the socks. The socks are a lot brighter than the mohair, and they were in the same pan. And that mohair is silk, mohair and wool. This is just 100% wool. Maybe there's nylon in here actually. But the socks turned out way brighter. The yarn is like a neon pastel, and I love how it turned out. It's beautiful. Also, you can kind of see there's like a resist from where the ribbing is. So the pearl stitches are really, really pale green. I think you can see that. Oh yeah, that's better. They're like a very pale green. I thought that was interesting. I never even thought about that, but it makes sense. It is a form of resist. I thought that was cool. Last but not least, the cotton. This turned out way different than I expected. So this skein looks beaten and battered. I apologize. I rinsed it very aggressively. It's cotton. It kept bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. Every time I complain about dyeing cotton, like you did this to yourself, you know? This skein looks rough. I apologize. I think it's really interesting that the green is gone. No green. Green left the chat. It's like this minty, and this is probably my fault with the saturation, but the blue is not saturated at all. This is very blown out. My hair is fucking with my poor phone. I find that very interesting that all the green left, and I think I just need to get better at cotton dyeing. I need to do more math when it comes to cotton, because I very much just eyeball the salt versus the soda ash versus the dye powder versus the yarn. There is correct measurements. I don't know what those are. I've been vibing. Maybe I should try doing math. Ugh. But yeah, this turned out really cool. I keep saying to myself, I'm gonna knit some bags. I'm gonna knit some little like tote bags, some mesh bags for farmers markets and stuff, like grocery bags. And then I never do, because I don't know. If you have a favorite like knit meshy market bag, let me know. The crochet ones, I'm mad at crochet right now. I've just had so many crochet projects lately where I lost yarn chicken because the amount of yarn that crochet requires. So I don't want to crochet right now. I'm mad at her. If you have any knit market bag suggestions, let a bitch know in the comments, because I need to. I've got a lot of yarn put away for bags that I haven't been knitting. Anyways, I'm so exhausted. I'm so exhausted. Thank you for watching this. This is the end. I'm done. It was fun. It was cool. It was a really neat experiment. I would love to solar dye again, maybe in jars, like using dry dye powder. We'll get to that. I don't know. I would love to try it again when it's not like raining on and off. Oh, God. Vancouver behavior, Vancouver weather. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you have anything exciting to tell me in the comments below, you can also do that. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. You're following me on Instagram and TikTok, both Jackass Collective. That's all I have to say. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to lay down.